Hello, welcome to tuning in with Ra, with Andrew Kaen and Grandma Shirley. And we're about to meet the beautiful souls that surround Grandma Shirley right now. Welcome to this segment of Cafecito Break, in which we sit by the virtual fire and we invite you to maybe grab a cup of coffee if you'd like, or maybe no, tea, something's calming for this time, and cozy up with us. Our intention tonight is to talk about Mama Earth, our connection, and Earth Day is coming up, and I always love that our brother Andrew Kian is so connected. He is someone who brings me that medicine all of the time, very present to that reverence for Earth and all the people that he's brought into my life, such as Grandma Shirley today, who is going to open up this conversation with a prayer, a song. Welcome to the show, Andrew, Grandma, and family.
Creator God, we come together here to honor life, this Earth Mother who, Pachamama, we call her Gaia, a lot of names for her. Bottom line is, she's our mother of all living things. She blessed us with our presence. She blesses us each and every day with our bounty. She blesses us each and every day with all the wonder and beauty we have around us. Some of it's harsh, some of it's soft. All of it is of the heart, the soul, and the spirit of what it means to be connected, to be one with all that is. We all think we're separate. There's no such thing. There's something in the Far East they call prana. Well, basically, if you run your hands through the air, you can almost feel it. There is no separation. Every breath you take, every place you look, every sense that you have is about life. From the bittiest of the lichens, the things that are the for very first with came after the fire and the stone and then the water and then the evolution of all of us on this planet until now we've moved into a new time called the age of Aquarius. It's another 26,000 year cycle that we've moved into with a whole new way of being and an increase in the energy field. And it's really an interesting time and powerful time for us to be alive. And I'm so grateful for your blessing, Spirit. I'm so grateful for the process that we have of seeing one another, of being in many places all at the same time and able to connect, to realize how important it really is that we're all one. I ask blessings on this Earth Day. I ask blessings on this preparation that we're doing and what we're up to open my heart, my soul, and my spirit, and all of us here, with all of you there, to enhance and enrich life. We're your children, and sometimes that's not easy. There are people out there without home. They're on the streets, or in cars, or in war, or in all kinds of upsets called fire, disasters, hurricanes, earthquakes. It goes on and on. I ask blessings on all of us and the children and the honoring of the souls because of whatever we're doing as part of our evolution and our growth to in our life to return back to you and ask your blessings. And Mother, I'm so grateful for the water. I'm grateful for your blood because we can't live without that. I'm grateful for the air, the interface we have with the trees because the trees need our carbon dioxide and we need the oxygen that they make. We have a symbiotic connection. The elders, they talk to us about the wind coming through the trees. It's our ancestors coming and they bless us in prayer. They bless us in all the struggles we have and remind us that we're all one through the air that rings through those leaves and touches us all. So we ask blessings for all of life, for all of this, for each other, for this family of mine, and the expansion of that for others who aren't here but are here. Because there's no such thing as separation. There is connection. There's compassion. The strongest force in creation is love, and we have your love. We have the Pachamama's love. We have Grandma Spider who weaves the web of all possibilities and the web of life. We have the beings of all, the water, the earth, the air, and the fire. So bless us all. Bless this process that we're in and touching the heart and soul of every person who's a part of this in whatever way it is, whether they're conscious of it or not. Bless us all. And I would like to have any one of you say anything you want with this, and then we'll move on to a song.
Aime Noemi Peña here. Just really giving a lot of gratitude and implanting all the blessings as seeds of gratitude in my heart. And I I ask that each and one of you take time to count your blessings and be in gratitude, because that's what expands our heart to open ourselves up to Pachamama and Mother Earth. And just want to thank Mother Earth for all that she provides, for all abundant love, and all her beautiful animals and the insects and the forests and the trees and the waters and the rivers and the mountains and the lakes, and all the beauty that she encompasses for us to live in. And I ask that we take time to connect with Mother, to open our hearts more, to listen to her better, see Mother Earth better, smell Mother Earth better, taste Mother Earth better, and just be one with her. Aye.
And to the Creator, as your son, I ask that you help all who are listening here now, and all of your children on the earth. I ask that you help us to be humble, to find humility in our heart, so that your love and light can enter the recesses of our being, the parts of us that are so tied and afraid, the parts of us that are holding on to fear and separation. I ask that you fill us with the blessings of spring, the blessings of the cleansing of the waters, so that we may come together and help this time of great awakening, so that we can unite as one family, as one earth, as one collective. Specifically, I ask for all of our hearts to be filled with love for each other, especially love towards those in power right now who are causing a lot of pain. Please don't let our hearts be filled with hatred, but help us to find forgiveness and love and compassion and union, even amongst those who we are really struggling to understand right now. I hope.
Joe. Joe. I'm feeling called to pray for all of the universe's children that are still suffering from all of the harm that this disconnected society that we're attempting to heal has brought upon them, and all of the challenges that it creates for their ability to feel reconnected to all of life. I have so much compassion for all of the suffering that's happening in this world, and I would love for us to also include prayers for all of the people that are unable to hear this message, that are being kept in the darkness by whatever forces are out there that's preventing them from having any notion of what light is about and what love is about. And I believe that this will help bring about a more holistic healing of society that would help engender people to be more loving towards people and the earth in general, so that we can have a much better planet. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Whatever we haven't said, look in our hearts. Make that part of this prayer. And know that in every way that we can, we're doing the best we can to move forward into a way of a unity, of oneness and all. There are prayers and the prayers of all the people. Mitakuye Wasi. We are all one. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Leiwa Chewa Kielo. Leiwa Chewa Kielo. Chanupaki Leiwa Chewa Kielo. Tankashila Oye Wayelo Hey. Leiwa Chewa Kielo. Leiwa Chewa Kielo. Chanupaki Leiwa Chewa Kielo. Tankashila Oye Wayelo Hey. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Hiana, hey, nay, I like to sing that song because of my granddaughter, who's now in her late 20s. But when she was 3, she knew a lot of songs, but she loved that song. So from 3 to 9, it's the only song she would sing. So we turned it into a prayer song with those words, the last part, because everybody knows about the dinosaurs. I figure a song that lasted 4,000 years and a purple dinosaur brought to us is a good thing to end with. So I try and always do that when I make a prayer song.
I
And
love
I
that.
share that with everybody because even in all the different countries that I've taught in and done ceremonies in, everybody knows that song. Purple Dinosaur, that song is famous. And the truth is, we all work in whatever way we can to walk in a good way. There's no such thing as bad. There are lessons, there are challenges. We have a responsibility to help each other out as we go through life. So, one of the things that I would like to do is talk a little bit, not much, but a little bit about, first of all, my father was indigenous and mixed blood. I could get into that. But I really want to talk about my mom because, in talking about the love for the earth and the mother, I want you to understand how that came to be. My mother was born in the United States in Arkansas. She was the baby of 18 children, 12 of whom lived to adulthood. She was a child baby and gifted, really, really gifted. My mother could, and my grandfather was a genius, really, and so my grandma too. So my mother could run dirt through her fingers and tell you what it would grow and what it wouldn't grow, and she did that everywhere she went. I can never remember a time we didn't have a garden. Every morning we had to go out and say good morning to all those plants. And in the evening, we had to go out and say goodnight to all those plants and tell them we'd be back in the morning and that they would be just fine. And when it got really cold, she would get plywood troughs and put lids on them with hay around them. Okay, guys, it's going to get cold, but I'm going to take care of you. And I'm going to open it up when the sun comes out in the morning, and you're going to be warm. Those plants thrived for 2 months longer than anybody else's did. She could put her hands on animals who were really wounded, and 4 days later, they'd be fine. Now, I never got tired of picking cherries so much in my life. We had 34 cherry trees out behind the house and over the creek. It takes a long time to pick cherries. My mom was a person that took advantage of all kinds of things, no matter where we were. I can never remember a time when there weren't all kinds of things going on related to that. She also, well, my mom and my dad came through the Depression and through the hobo days and all that kind of good stuff. So there was a use for everything. So, for example, I got this one. She smoked a lot. Back in those days, they did because they didn't have nothing else. If somebody was upset, my mom, in many ways, was Looney Tune half the time, but the rest of the time, she knew what's going on. An amazing lady. So the plastic on cigarette packages, those held toothpicks and cotton swabs, that you put in your nose and ear and stuff. Then everything had a purpose and a meaning. And I mean, she was a hoarder about that. Newspapers, everything. You didn't throw anything away, it became useful. And if we didn't take good care of that kinds of things, then our bottoms learned a lot about what it felt like to sit down sore because we were dishonoring life. Now, one of the things that came out of that was a real respect for all kinds of things. When my kids were coming along, one of the things I used to do, and it's straight out of this, I'd be driving along, somebody pitched something out. I had trash bags in the back of my car. We pulled over for a quarter mile in either direction, sometimes a half a mile. They had to clean up along the highway. If they had friends, it didn't take them long to figure out it wasn't a good idea to be pitching stuff out on the earth. So sometimes we'd have one of their friends in the car. We were going somewhere and they start to throw something out. The kids go, "Don't do that. Don't do that. We'll be late because she's not going to like that. And she's going to make us pick up crap for a whole long way." And they said, "What? What do you mean?" She'll stop. "I'm telling you, don't put it out." So one time, one of those kids, "No, she won't," threw stuff out. I pulled over. It took them an hour. When they got back in the car, the kid said, "I'm sorry. You tried to tell me we're going to be late to the party." They said, "We're lucky to get to go to that party, so shut up." It was true. Even when my mother got old, and she got Alzheimer's, when she was in the nursing home, she took tomato seeds from the tomatoes, went out back, and planted them, and they grew to this day. And she did that for 3 years. To this day, they still get tomatoes off of those plants for that unit, fresh tomatoes every day. My family created the first winery in Arkansas. My grandfather was a water witch. The reality of how we grow up and the influences around us mattered. But I've traveled all over the world, and I have friends in Sweden who walk in the old ways. The mother herself, and honor them and do ceremonies, all kinds of stuff. You can't even imagine. And this is true all over the world, whether it's in the Himalayas, whether it's in the Middle East, whether it's in the Far East. People during the Second World War all had gardens in their yards. We learned the importance of sharing with each other, of connecting, of supporting each other, and all kinds of ways of doing that. Now, we're in a time where we have to look at how do we care for ourselves with compassion and kindness, love, support. There are people out there who come together. Bon Jovi, in I think it's New Jersey, but in in the New York area had something called the Soul Kitchen. And in that kitchen were people who didn't have anything to eat. They would go in and they whatever they could give is what they did. But also, some people came in, there was no charge. Some of those people who had money came in, paid $500 for breakfast to sat next to a person who hadn't had a bath or anything for 10 days or more. All kinds of things. He had three of those. There are other people as well that have found ways to be in service and support. It doesn't take much. One of the things I used to do in New York, which was pretty weird actually when I lived up there, when I lived in the village and I'd go to the subway, I'd walk along the street and I'd say, just, hey, good morning, have a good day. And people would look at me like, what? Are you crazy? It took them 3 weeks to start saying, you too. I'd go to the subway and I'd say, I hope you guys are a lot of people here. I hope you're doing well. When I'd go back after being off for a couple of days, they'd say, we missed you. Connection. Connection. It's what it's about. Our heart, the air, seeing. Right now, we live in an invisible world. People don't even see each other. What they do is this. They don't see anything out here. One of the worst times, 12 and a half minutes, somebody videoed that place in Central Park that comes together like this. 12 and a half minutes, people bumping into each other, backing up, not one looked up and saw anybody else. We don't thrive in isolation, we thrive in connection. So I'm going to say about that much for the moment, come back to it, because there's a lot to say about the wonder of the mother, because I lived in Ecuador for almost 13 years. All kinds of things went on there. But these people have some things to say too. So I'd like to give them a little space for that, and then I'll come back and talk more about that. Unless you have a question, you guys, or something you would like to ask me for me, does that work for you?
I'm open to being in this beautiful flow. I don't know if Andrew has a question or would like to say anything.
I would like to say something at this moment. I met Shirley Barkley in 2012 at our 6th annual World Peace Earth Day celebration. This year, I'm just so honored to have honoring the First Peoples. I called Shirley Barkley just about what was it, like 6 weeks ago? I mean, literally, I usually start planning in January or so for this Earth Day event, but it became late March, and I was like, well, creators telling me to do it, but I'm like, how am I going to do this? I got that I was going to be online, but how am I going to manifest this in 6 weeks? And that's when I called Shirley Barkley, and from there it turned into what it is now. So yeah, we're here today to um, also mention to the audience that Shirley Barkley and her visionaries and indigenous sun dancers are oh my god, I get chills even thinking about this. But we pre-recorded the whole event, and they're outside with trees, and you can actually hear the wind. The ancestors are talking while Shirley's talking. A matter of fact, when Mary was doing prayer, one of the other presenters that Shirley brought, she was doing a prayer at the closing, and it was so strong. The wind suddenly came in after she mentioned Jesus, and the sun came shining on the right hand side. I was like, well, I think Jesus came. I think Jesus showed up. So that was extremely powerful. You couldn't even hear her last few words when I was listening, but it's just the whole entire thing. That segment that they have is beautiful, and I actually include some other people on it. Alan Steinfeld from New Realities. Christine Marie is actually emceeing, and she's editing this whole entire thing because it was pre-recorded. We had tech issues when we were working on it. And Christine Marie is showing also the trailer for Pop Nation, which is a movie she did, which is a peace activation, Rulers of the New Universe, based on a song that they performed in September 21st, 2024 for the International Day of Peace. 20th annual. So I'm just honored to have Shirley Barkley and the people that she brought because it was just so powerful. And that's the majority of the program. And I believe that everyone who watches will, in fact, feel like they're at a virtual fire with these wisdom keepers, with keynote speaker Shirley Barkley. It's a very different format I've ever had. I've never had it online, especially pre-recorded. During COVID, we were live, okay? But this event is very special. And it actually marks, I don't know, Ra, if you know this, but it's the 400th anniversary of Manhattan. So I don't know. It's just, I'm honored to have Shirley Barkley and her group and speak. And it was just like, I was moved. I had goosebumps the whole entire time I listened to their talking. And, and they open up and they close with a ceremony of drum songs. And it's just awesome. I don't even know what else to say. I just that's all I'll say for now. I'll
Well,
let
thank
everybody.
you, Andrew. I do have a question
Oh, just one
in
more thing.
terms.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It is taking place on Mother Earth Day this year. Creator did tell me to do this on Mother Earth Day on Tuesday, April 22nd, from 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 4:30 p.m. Central Time and 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Oh, and it's at facebook.com/the we campaign, and everybody can go to planetheart.org, and we can give that information again at the end. Thank you.
And I'll provide that link in the details of our YouTube
I
page where this is transmitting. So my question is, Grandma Shirley and the beautiful humans that are around you, whoever wants to also answer this question is, this year, people that we would maybe say they're not the kind of people that we usually talk to you about tuning in or 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 like energies just are all of a sudden saying something feels different. So a lot of different people coming into this year are sensing something bigger happening cosmically. They feel it in their bones. Some people don't know exactly how to explain it. And I wanted to ask you about that and from your reference point.
I've got a couple things to say that, but it occurs to me that I probably should give you my native names. On the Cherokee world, I'm Moonstone Dove and have the designation of a Wolf Clan Mother, which is a lifelong designation, and also an Agasieta, which means one touched by spirit. In the Lakota world, my name is Wambly Sakiwia. It means eagle claw woman, and it it's a powerful name. Another way of looking at it, she who walks with the talons of the eagle, and it's one of the reasons for that is that I carry a designation as an amica, which is a special kind of server to the people uh, with some of the challenges they face for an individual, couple, family, community, where they come and they stay together until it's resolved. People took care of that. 160 years ago, when the military and the missionaries came, they killed every one of them first. When that designation was given to me, I was the first in 160 years. And they said, but you're not an Amicha for the Lakota people in the plains. You're an Amicha for the world because I travel the world. It's a very humbling reality and responsibility. And each of us here are very aware of the responsibilities we carry in service to each other and to all of life. And sometimes that's as simple as saying, have a good day as somebody walking down the street, or I really like your shirt, or whatever. It's not that you have to be a big deal, but you have to remember we need to be grateful and appreciate the gifts that we have, and they're everywhere. And when we're under stresses, it's really hard because that becomes focus, and we forget how important but also in this time of all this wondrous things like being able to have this right here with us in all these different places, we're also isolated. Isolation does not bring connection, it brings isolation and fear. So breathe and take a look at the people around you and know that you're blessed because there are a lot of people that don't have that or don't remember. Compassion, kindness, oneness, and every day being aware that whatever else this earth mother of ours takes care, and walking barefoot on her, especially now that we're in spring and summer, we're headed that way. She'll take care of you in ways you can't even imagine. So, guys, here it is. Whoever wants to start, go for it. And we need to pay some attention. We got about a half hour. So all of you get to do, and then I'll finish it up or whatever they want.
I guess I'll go first. Um, so I come from a challenged background, and a long time ago, in my early 20s, I'm 52 now. I found myself spending some time with this Apache gentleman who was like talking about, God, church, and he said, at some point you're going to have to give yourself to something greater than yourself. And at that particular time, I wasn't really feeling the pull of religion specifically, but I was very aware that the earth was here. So energetically, I proclaimed, I give myself to the earth. That's the biggest thing around me that I can sense. And I had no idea where that commitment would take me to, but I had to do a lot of self healing. I had to overcome a lot of different challenges along the way. And every time that I would take a step towards operating on a healthier pattern for myself and what turned out to be for other people and the planet in general, like most recently, I was doing HVAC and then ran into some issues where EPA violations were occurring, and I just couldn't with the contribution towards further harming the planet. And whenever I decided to make a stance on that, that opened up an invitation to come down to Austin with my cousin. Everybody calls Grandma Shirley, and energetically, she is my Grandma Shirley. Um, and I didn't even hear about planet Earth until I got here, but I think it's like really a really big circle loop for me to have at some point decided to give myself to the earth, and then figuring out how to do that on some level brought me to this event, and I'm honored to be here and to be a part of it in whatever level that I can help support. That's all I got.
Yeah. So Rose Angel, you asked the question. You just kind of named that right now there seems to be something significant happening. There's a shift. There's an awakening, and you asked kind of like just for us to speak on that, or maybe why.
Wait, this is Jeremiah, guys, over here. Oops, the other way, this way. That's Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Oh, it turns around. Jeremiah's talking. Joe just finished. Okay. Sorry about that, but hey, I'm 87 this year. I get to not know which direction's which. But people, sort of. Oh, well. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeremiah.
No, thank you. My name is Jeremiah. Um, and what I'll say about that is that it's just so clear it's happening. We're in a time of massive transformation, and uh, even our cells, our genes are mutating
Mm-hmm.
and entering into higher forms of consciousness, intelligence, and moments of synchronicity, moments of miracles and magic are becoming more normalized. Before, they would happen here or there. Some people would believe in them, some people would experience them. And now it's just happening more daily. It's just becoming, oh, right, we're remembering that we live in a magical, miraculous, spiritual plane.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a blessed, blessed, blessed time to be alive. And it's also a very challenging time because there are still a lot of really dark forces. And those dark forces also are within us at times. And so there's a war happening inside and as well as on the outside. And it's important to not externalize things too much and just focus on what's happening in outside in the political system and out there. It's really important to every single thought that we think be one of healing, of love, of harmony, of truth, of justice. Every single thought, because every thought is a vibration, and we live in a vibrational world. And so every thought that you have of of criticism, of judgment towards another person, be it a political leader, be it anybody, if it's a violent thought, if it's a judgmental thought, it's not creating harmonious ripples in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pottery teacher, and I have one rule in my class, and it's to not be hard on yourself, because pottery is not so easy, and neither is life. And it's often said that how we do one thing is how we do everything, or at least there's patterns and parallels. So it's really important uh, that you do everything with intention. How you show up in every single aspect of your life matters. How you clean your house or don't clean your house, how you talk to a friend, how you look in the mirror, how you drive your car, how you eat, how you work with plant medicines or don't work with plant medicines, how you work with herbs, substances, all of these things really matter. Every single relationship in your life, be it with another person, be it with a substance, be it with a habit, good or bad, matters. So I'm just kind of, wanting to be a mirror right now and just shine the light of awareness of how important every moment of your life is for peace. Because we're talking about Earth Day and we want to bring harmony to Mother Earth, and we want to bring peace here and harmony. So that starts with your thoughts, with your words, and with your actions.
One of the things that I did at one point in my life, I got confused about all these different world religions, and I was going, what do they really mean? So I did a comparative religious course, big time. When I found out, they may use different words, they may say have all kinds of different perspectives, but they all have the same base: love one another, nurture one another, don't lie, don't steal, don't kill somebody. Take, honor your families, honor your people. It goes on and on. We all know the Ten Commandments. Well, they're all the same. We are all one. I may, you want to say something?
Yes, Amen or Peña here. Just being gratitude to be present with all of you here and sharing some very important information that I hope it can touch each one of you in a special way to spark up and awaken something within yourselves to start looking deeper. And we are in this time of transformation. So it's basically, the universe at this point, the universal consciousness. It's like putting the tea kettle pot. So it's going. So like that's why we're feeling it in our bones because like we can't escape it anymore. That it used to be subtle some decades ago, and now that subtleness is like the energy is really growing and increasing because it's bringing it to our awareness, and that is the catalyst that we need for lasting change for our future generations. And we chose to come onto this planet at this time to to undo not undo but make right with what our ancestors did so we can set that new seed of example for our future generations and have hope for our children. And then that way those children can have their children's and their children's and their children's and their children's. So it's that important that what we do here, like Jeremiah and Grandma and Joe said, is to, take time, that space of contemplation gives that space to reflect and have some awareness. It's turtle medicine, I call it. Turtle wins the race. And I do, I would like to do a song about Mother Earth, but I don't know if I should leave it for the end
Or what?
or just do it now. I don't want to segue either, because I can do a song for Mother Earth.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's sing.
Go for it. I would love to hear it.
Share with your prayers, please.
So I last night I actually attended a Native American church TP meeting, and this is a perfect example how we all come into community. A brother needed some help, and he took courage to say that he needed help. And then a Native American TP meeting consists of a lot of work in a community to put all those pieces together. So much goes into it. We don't have time for that. And it was so beautiful to watch how the healing was already almost done by the time the meeting started, because there's so much work and support with the community and everybody taking in integral part to help support a brother. And in turn, we heal ourselves because we find a reflection and then we share a space together to do this. So I'm just feeling very grateful and my heart's really, really open with the miracles that I witnessed over this weekend, and and also with Easter and Holy Week, and all these beautiful blessings, and the spring equinox of the water. So my song that I want to share is one of the lineages that I walk is Red Road Native American, but Mexica. Mexica, and this is a not walk Mexican song, and Tonanzi means Mother Earth. So it's a little song, hopefully my little relative. Wait on Nancy, 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 wait on Nancy. Ipame monoani no yolo taxi, lasso kamati so Nancy. Ipame moani no yolo taxi, lasso kamati so Nancy. Wait on Nancy, 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 wait on Nancy. Ipa memo wani no yodota. Lato kamatito Nancy. Ipa memo wani no yodota. Lato kamatito Nancy. Wait on Nancy. Wait on Nancy, 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 Iana, Ene yo way.
I've been walking these ways a long, 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 long time. Since my first awakening happened when I was 3. My father was watching for that. I've been in danced all over the world, and I've been in 85 sun dances when I was 85 years old. I'm going to be 87 coming up. I vision quested, carried pipe. My father smoked that pipe once on my granddaughter's first birthday. No, yeah, my granddaughter. And what he said was, I won't smoke this pipe again in this lifetime because it brings back too many memories best left forgotten. And he didn't. But when he was buried, that pipe came out. He was the first that smoked it. He offered it to him in his casket. Everybody smoked that pipe. I still carry pipe. That pipe that we carry was brought by the white buffalo calf woman by being called by the people who are tired of war and wanted peace. Each pipe is dedicated to different kinds of things. The Cherokee have a pipe, the Lakota do, many tribes do. Once I was dealing with something with one of my kids, and I lost it. And my son-in-law's brother came running. His name, Little Brave, and he said, "Shirley," I said, "What? You're a pipe carrier. You can't do that. Everything you do, everything you think, everything you are is in that pipe. If you're going to put that in the pipe," he said, "I'm no good." He said, "When I drink and I can't carry a pipe, I'm no good. And when I don't, I'm real good." He said, "If you're going to do that, put that pipe down." It was a slap in the face about the impact and the power of what happens. There's a really ancient philosopher, and I don't remember, maybe Socrates, I don't remember which one, could have come from the Far East, that said, if you knew everybody's story, all you could do is love. If you react to something, then it's yours, and you have to clean it up. Remember to stay focused in your heart, your mind, your path, and that people are struggling. And what they need is not a reaction. What they need is compassion, kindness, appreciation, value. I hear you. I see you. There's a lot of films out. Avatar. One of some primary statements in that is, I see you. We never know what that means. People feel invisible, but they're not. If they're visible, they're able to make connection. When you wake up, look out the window, see whatever the weather is, and say welcome, because it takes care of us. There's a whole lot of things we could say here. I don't even know, but I know this much. I love. I'm not perfect. I certainly have made my mistakes. I wasn't the best mom it was in the beginning, but I did something about it. And I have a really good connection with my kids and my grandchildren and my great grandchildren and many people all over the world. I don't even know how I did that. I really don't. I mean, I went to school, did all the stuff that everybody does, and in secret had all kinds of teachings until it didn't have to be secret anymore. And there are all kinds of stories that are out there about that. Different people, Chief Leonard Crow Dog, Frank Fool's Crow, Buckminster Fuller, Joseph Campbell. I mean, Margaret Mead. Who are your heroes? Why? Juanita Kirby is one of mine. She was a shrink who I worked for a while. And I did a pretty radical thing. I went and met with kids in the park. She backed me up. I worked for her. We did that for 3 years. Every Wednesday morning I was in her office and she backed me up. And I still have a connection with at least one of those kids because the rest aren't around anymore. But that's back in the days when they were on the streets. There's no accidents. We and our souls set us up to get the experiences we needed to master, to be able to be solid and support the young ones coming now, because this future belongs to the young ones. Our job as elders is to back them up and to share our wisdom, our experiences, own what we made mistakes about, support them in what they're doing, and don't let them beat themselves up, but use whatever the challenges are to embrace life, do ceremonies to honor the earth, air, fire, and water. And they're out there because the truth is, we're in a magic world of wonder. It has hard things and it has soft. One of the things Crow Dog once did, he was driving, he always had an entourage. Leonard Crow Dog was a chief of the Lakota people, big chief. He stopped in the middle of the freeway once and stopped cars. So his people all got out. Other people stopped their cars, they got out, and he brought everybody forward. And he said, "You see this?" And what it was a flower, one flower, poking through the concrete. And he looked at everybody and he said, "That is strength. That is tenderness. You cannot turn away from life. No matter what you are, it will find a way. You have to bless yourself, be grateful. Know that whatever you do is a reflection of the wonder and the magic of the mother. And we do the best we can to emulate that. But no matter what we do, she does. What we do, she loves us. She forgives us. Bless you all. No, you're doing the best you can. And you'll grow. We'll all want. Mitaku, I see everyone.
Thank you, Grandma Shirley. That was beautiful. And I think, Rod, do you want to say anything before I have a few things I'd like to say to that?
Anything?
Oh, I just want to make a few announcements, a few things that are going on again. We're talking um, about all this beautiful wisdom, and we're doing an Earth Day event on Tuesday, Mother Earth Day. I just want to acknowledge Christine Marie, who is the founder of Lakshmi Foundation and Director of Development of United World Pictures. She directed the Pop Nation movie that features Ellen Pellegrini, who just appeared on, and Priestess L, she's known as, along with Rick Olfick, who's been my fiscal sponsor since day one in 2007. I've known him since the start of We the World. And I met Christine Marie through him. I just want to acknowledge that. I also want to say that we all have a few other special guests. We also have um, her name is Reverend Rebecca Suzek. She's with Unity Earth. She helped us with some things, and we actually have special appearances by Reverend Susanna Basarica, the founder, organizer of the Vigil for International Peace and Ecology that took place in Central Park for many, many years, from 2001 to about 2017. And Shirley doesn't know this, but we have a Chief Phil Lane Jr. who is doing a closing prayer right before the closing drum ceremony. Uh, and so let's give Elle a few words, but I just wanted to acknowledge that and let everybody know that one more thing is that Creator came to me in 1998. I was awakened to unity consciousness, oneness. In 1996 of July, I was awakened and telepathically communicating with star beings and Jesus Christ, who is all about unity consciousness. It had nothing to do with religion. It was all about unity consciousness, oneness, and I was downloaded with all the poems and songs that were all about awakening to oneness and always honoring the first peoples, of course, because they were preaching the way all this time. I just wanted to say those few things. And Al, do you have something you'd like to say?
I do. This is Easter.
Hmm.
This is the resurrection. The last thing Christ did on the cross was say, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." We do the best we can. And then the lightning came and he said, "It is finished." He sowed the seeds of consciousness and awareness that took 2,500 years to germinate, and we're in it right now. We are all God's children, and we are carrying the seeds of connectedness and sacrifice, of wonder and magic, and the awareness what it is we can create. We are also creators. We're God's children. We're the children of life. We too, we need masculine and feminine to embrace and grow the heart, the love, the compassion, the kindness, the appreciation, the value that every single thing in creation gives us. Thank you all, and happy Easter, resurrection, and awareness that we're all going through it, and we're in a new time. And the energy's increased, and yeah, we're facing more. And there's no denying. And we have to keep moving and support each other as we move forward. Thank you very much.
That's actually. I just wanted to say one more thing and then move to Al, and that's what I was trying to say is that Creator came to me in 1998 and told me to take the last letter of Earth and bring it to the beginning of the word, spelling Planet Heart. Creator told me then that this is Planet Heart, one planet, one race, one heart. We are all one, was the slogan Creator gave me. And I started planetheart.org in 1999 and then started when Creator came back to me in 2007. Creator told me, you have to do an Earth Day event, but not a normal Earth Day event, not just based on the environment, but world peace infused with oneness. Because that is the way we're going to awaken and bridge the new Earth so that we can save us from I won't say, but so we can turn the new leaf and start over and save this planet and save all of the human beings and every single stone, rocks, minerals, birds, everything like that. So thank you.
Thank you. Al, so good to see you. Welcome to the show. How are you? God bless you.
You're muted, Al. Unmute.
Okay. Hi. Thank you very much for having me on. I adore hearing Grandma Shirley and the beautiful group that's over there. And I'm full of chills of validation. And I love the essence of the people when Jesus had said that they don't know what they're doing. So we all have a different vibration, a different consciousness, a different awareness. And people come from a place of passion of what they know, and not everybody is of a high vibration. We all have a vibration of where we're meant to be because that's what we're capable of. And wherever you are, you're divinely perfect. So I adore that you had mentioned that. And so yes, when they were doing cruel, horrible, disgusting things, it's because of from where their mindset was. But raising the vibration and creating the awakening and creating that essence of oneness that Andrew had said, which is very, very important, because most people are about me, and that doesn't create the new vibration of the new earth. The new vibration of the new earth now, we went from the Piscean age, the age of Aquarius, we're in a higher vibration, a higher consciousness, and our thoughts matter. So with all the stuff going on, people are living in fear, and that is not good for the energy of the earth, and it's not a beautiful place to live in. But the more that we unite, the more that we feel like we're not alone, the more that people can live in compassion, and whether it's compassion with each other, or whether it's compassion for animals, or compassion for the earth, it's so important to live in a place of love. And I think that's what's very important to all of us, of not that love is not a weakness, it's actually a beautiful strength. And when we all join together like a beautiful fabric that wrap the earth, it's, how can I saying it, it's magnifying the heart, it's magnifying um hmm, the way life is meant to be. It's a sad reality that people can't, they live from a place where it's never enough. They always got to fill that hole within them. Never enough money, never enough this, never enough control, never enough. And and that's what's creating that separation, that people who aren't whole. They're broken, they're damaged from whether family life or what they lived in. So again, Jesus had said, you got to forgive people for what they're, where they are, because it's not on purpose. But yet there is, how can I say it, an element of people that are doing it on purpose. And so,
Even they have their own purpose and meaning
what's
because
that, love? I'm sorry.
that confronts us with looking at where we seek the heart. There's a
Yes,
statement. If you knew everyone's story, all you can
yes.
do is love, and I have found that to be true.
God willing, God willing. I really believe that people do the best they can from where they are. And I'm going by Priestess L. And the reason why my name is Ellen, which means the light, but L is the light of God within everybody. And the priestess aspect is what I do is I help people raise their vibration to connect to the God that's within them. Because my perspective is that we all are God. And you want everybody's light to shine the way God's light shines. And that's when you're coming from a healthy place, a positive place, a place of love, you know? But if we keep doing this and we raise the vibration of the earth and making people feel safer and loved and aware and bring together where we can get positive, healthy seeds, not seeds that are twisted and destroyed and manipulated. And we go back to basics and, so I feel like we are the like the inner earth, the essence of the people of how can I put it, wanting things to stay real, wanting things to stay pure, which is what love is. But together we stand, right? And we're all here to support each other and help people rise up to the magic of who they are. And that these are special times, like this time where we have Earth Day. It's bringing everybody with like-minded together and making them aware that they're not alone and that we can all reconnect. Um,
That was a beautiful message.
Yeah.
I feel like, the the themes of connection, appreciation, of acknowledging that we are living through some difficult human, like in the being in the skin time. I've spent because of the nature of what I do day to day. I've spent in, I guess, the last 2 months doing a lot of like being on the streets of New York City, in particular, observing and trying to engage New Yorkers. And, different times I would come home and besides the exhaustion of the physical aspect of standing for hours, the sadness that would come over me was just witnessing just the faces that would pass on by. And I'm not even talking about the people that ignore you, but the people that just look like they're so broken or sad or disengaged or just going through life, and sometimes their face looks so drawn out or in, like if they were in a sunken place. And rarely did I see anyone even say good morning or hello. And I loved how Grandma Shirley reminded us this morning, earlier today, about just how beautiful of a gesture that is, just to say good morning to someone. In New York City, sometimes people don't even know how to respond to a hello. Uh, it baffles people, or it will drive up an anxiety in someone who's not used to having a random stranger say hello. And sometimes they run away from you like you're scary or something. I say I keep doing it, if it's not in a way where you're trying to like harm anyone and you just want to be polite, just keep saying hi, smile. You never know who's gonna smile back, or that person will have this imprint that someone did smile at them throughout the day, even if they didn't know how to respond. So I'm really just really super grateful for this moment with all of you today. As we're wrapping out the show soon, so I want to just kind of say
I,
that Grandma Shirley, for the young people who are so connected to their devices, who feel really like they're in families that they can't even connect with whomever they're related to. There's a lot of fighting too, and within families with parents and kids, or like it seems like, and I know this is not true for everyone, but at least in certain little pictures, they want us to think that everybody's constantly fighting. Now, just because I spent so much time in New York City and I'm talking to some of the, let's say, the young people, some of them just seem to have lost faith in anything that's good.
I think that's what's so important about what you do. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Am I muted?
I can hear
No,
you.
hear
I
you.
can. I think that everybody is almost like in a paralysis of fear with not knowing what's happening with the world after COVID and all of these things that are going on, where you're afraid to eat the food. You go into a supermarket and you don't know what's real and what's not. I think that people are just really scared. And I think that the more that we have shows like this and things like this that let people know we're okay and that we got you and that we're and to know how to connect, and to connect to the earth and to ground and to heal and to not energetically get caught up on things that are, I mean, we're here to teach. We're here to be that support system to help people feel um, connected, understood, loved, you know. Um, I do different processes and different meditations and different things to help people um, let go of energetic things, whether it's family things that come in, whether it's what's going on in the world. The more you raise your vibration, the more you disconnect from negativity, the more you're able to feel alive and the more you're able to enjoy life. And I think that people almost need permission to be happy because they're just in shock. I was with today two beautiful young women that were therapists, and and they have all these different immune issues and all these understanding that dis-ease, whether it's immune issues or whatever's going on, that there's an energetic piece to that. And when you're able to heal you heal the dis-ease that's within our bodies. So understanding energy, to not take in what's not meant for you, to allow yourself to tune into trusting yourself and able to find people that how can I say that that relate to you. I think that we are the people that are that small percentage of people that um how can I say it, that aren't walking around with blinders on. Because most people are like robots. They don't want to know. They just want to keep going and imagine that things are what they were. And then yet those sensitive ones that are like us, that take in all this energy and it overwhelms them. And those are the ones that feel like they're lost. And so with healing, with love, we can help people feel more alive again and to help them understand how to heal the dis-ease that they've been carrying. In other words, I feel that every time we're incarnated, we're here to learn how to get it right. And getting it right is knowing who you are, that you are a beautiful essence of God's light, that you matter, and that we're not here to be manipulated. We're here to enjoy our experience. and to eat real food and connect with love and feel alive.
I just have one. I just have one more thing to say too. Before we go back to Grandma Shirley and everyone. This program that we're doing on Tuesday, this Earth Day celebration, which is the 17th annual, would not be possible without Lakshmi Foundation. They are the executive producers of this event. A matter of fact, you're going to feel, Grandma Shirley, and everybody who tunes in around the world, that it's like a TV show. Seriously, it's going to be like this event will be condensed into a Pop Nation TV series, streaming series. When we discuss it with Grandma Shirley and get the okay to do that, and it's anticipated to be episode one. We'll talk to her about that as well. But it's in association with United World Pictures. We would like to raise consciousness. That's what Christine Marie is all about. Her work, and she did it. This song called "Rulers of the New Earth," which is all about this what we're talking about. And it's by Solo Beats and Christine Marie. And Solo Beats and her merged together for this performance with Elle and other performers on stage, and it was like a peace activation. So she directed this movie called Portal of Peace, Pop Nation, making of the peace activation. So whoever watches it, I'm in it, Elle's in it, Rick Olfick's in it, Paul Slack is from Good News Broadcast. By the way, everyone in New York City, please go to Times Square on Tuesday, April 22nd from 12 to 5 p.m. There is a peace concert there, and then our events at 5:30 on. And one more thing, climate pre-show from 4:45 to 5:30 is happening at the same place. Facebook.com/the We Campaign. Kindheart.org is the website for more information. Thank you. I'm complete.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll share this on my Substack too. So, Andrew, if you could send me that Facebook link so I can make sure that I include the right link, and I'll post this show and share it with our Substack community so that they hopefully can tune in, and we can keep sharing the good news. People need to hear this. There's so many folks out there feeling like love really doesn't exist. We've become the programming of mainstream media would like us to just feel like less than humans. AI is taking over, and they do things much better supposedly than humans. But there are people, a subset of people that are taking this into their consciousness and allowing them to feel like they're less than. And I feel like when I look at a human being, I just see divinity, and people like all of you here. Thank you for what you do, for the walk that you walk, for the way that you inspire and you teach and remind the people that goodness does exist, that people who want to heal the earth that authentically and organically, and not just because they want to say to get money, and then it just disappears in weird ways. And these are people of the earth, and I think that people are hungry to connect with what's real. And mi gente, if you're tuning into Cafecito Break, this is real. This is real with the people that are here, and everyone that we've been interconnected with throughout all of the years. The beautiful synchronicities that always happen whenever we come together at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's cheesy like a Hollywood movie, except that it's real. And to me, that's the beautiful magic that makes me excited to be in this time, alive in this skin. Thank you, all of you, so much. Um, I have the little promo that I'd like to share before we close the show, but at this time I'd like to invite Grandma Shirley, and all of you that are with Grandma in that room, if you'd like to share like a closing wrap out comment.
Guys,
Yeah, I have one. We're all here on this planet for a specific reason, and it's not just to enjoy, it's not just to have a good time, and it's certainly not to be depressed. There's a lot of heaviness right now, and one way to fight uh, sadness and depression is to be of service, to have purpose in your life, So I want to repeat something that Grandma Shirley often says, and that is that you matter. You matter right now. And so if you're not sure what to do something helpful for somebody at any time, whether it's just a smile, whether it's, a phone call, but every person has a role to play. And when you start playing that role to be an active participant in the healing process of Mother Earth, you will emerge out of the sadness, out of the density, and you will start living your purpose. So you matter, and your thoughts matter, your life matters. Live it now.
Thank you.
I may.
Um, little breadcrumb advice suggestion. If you find yourself getting stuck in a loop cycle, which is like where we have, these thoughts that take over, and it blurs us from, being in the present moment because we're thinking about the future or we're thinking about the past. So use a breath of life to bring you back to the present moment, which is where all the presents are.
Oh, I love that.
Joe?
I I would like to remind everybody to do your best to treat everybody you come across with love, kindness, and compassion in all things that we do, especially when we're not feeling called to do so. A lot of times, this helps jumpstart our heart again whenever we are starting to feel cut off. At least that's what helps me. That's all I got right now. Thank you.
For me, when I was a kid, Walt Disney was pretty major. This is not a indigenous song, but it's for me an essential song. So I'd like to do my part with the song. And it's from the Blue Fairy and Pinocchio, and in many ways, each one of us is trying to become as real as we can be. So this is a song to celebrate the move toward realness in ourselves and life. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires may come to you. When your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star as dreamers do, life is kind. It brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of your secret longing. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires may come to you. Sometimes we wish. Sometimes it takes a long time. But as you love the fibers of our being, you'd be surprised how true that is. And one other thing. When my grandma died, my mom's mom, I was there. I was 8. All my aunts and uncles and a bunch of us were in the same room. That room filled with such light. I went, "Ah, Mom," and she said, "Don't say nothing." As she took her last breath, the light went away. I never forgot the sacredness and the sanctity of what happens when we reach for our soul and go home and reap the fullness and the fruitfulness of what life and the mother and the father and all the beings of life have given to each one of us. We are all God's children, and you are too. Bless you all. And we are all blessed. And we, our heart, bless you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for giving her that hug and that love because oh, I wish I was there hugging and kissing you too.
This one's from you. This one's
Oh,
That
thank
from
was so
you.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh,
I
that
want to
was
hug
so
also.
beautiful.
Okay,
I'm
here,
surrounding you with a
Andrew.
big love hug.
Oh, hugs to all of you. Thank
Everybody.
you. Wow, that really got me. Wow. Thank you,
Oh,
Grandma Shirley. Thank you for all the beautiful messages tonight. Thank you for reminding us of love and embodying that. I really, really feel it. And Elle, you are just such a beautiful woman, and I just
right back
love,
at you.
I love your smile and you and how bright you shine and how sweet I feel your words. And then brother Andrew, my soul friend, thank you so much.
I love
Thank
you, Ra.
you.
You're
Love
awesome.
you guys.
We
And let
adore you.
mwah. I'll wrap out comments.
Uh, you want me to say something, love?
Yes, to close. Before we
Okay.
close, yes.
Okay. Um, I honor and cherish every single one on this broadcast. Thank you so much for the love that you project and who you are and how you walk on this earth. And may the people who are listening know that we hear you, we love you, and just trust the best is yet to come. And we are going to have some bumps in the road, but you know what it is? It's how you live with those bumps, how you flow with the energy, how you find something that you hold on to with gratitude, that you how can I say it? There's always things to be sad about, but there's always things to be happy about. And to try to find those essences of happiness so your soul can feel alive and filled with joy. Um, and when you go through some sadness, realize it's meant there to put you in a better direction. So if going this way doesn't feel good, then God's showing you go this way and it gets better. So focus on what your heart desires and allow and believe that you deserve only the best, and allow the universe to show you the pathway to have everything you desire because you deserve it. Well,
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, again, thank you all so very much. Andrew, it's magical what you're doing. It's magical what Christine's doing. Each one of us are all playing a beautiful, beautiful role. And I'm blessed to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Andrew?
We're all one.
May peace prevail on earth.
And
Namaste.
goodwill to all.
Amen. Aho.
Aho.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for uh, this celebration of Earth Mama, our beautiful connections, our oneness, messages of peace, and happy Earth Day to all of you. I'm going to wrap out with this PSA for the World Peace Earth Day.
PSA, by the way, was done by Christine Marie. She did everything. She did my new logo. It's revamped. So another
Quite a
acknowledgement.
talented woman.
Oh yeah,
Blessings
it's
to
coming through.
Christine.
It's Will to the North in the background.
Amen. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Mwah.
Join us for the 17th annual World Peace Earth Day celebration, brought to you by Planet Heart and Lakshmi Foundation in association with We the World, our fiscal sponsor. April 22nd, Mother Earth Day, from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, streaming at facebook.com/the We Campaign. Come celebrate unity, oneness, and above all, peace with a global community of changemakers. Be the first to experience the exclusive sneak peek trailer of Pop Nation, Portal of Peace, and witness the worldwide debut of the anthem, Rulers of the New Earth, online for the first time in Earth Day celebration. A song for the awakening. Let's rise together in harmony with our planet and each other. April 22nd. Don't miss it. Come together for peace.